Alright, I've talked about this perk before, and I really do think it's time to bring it back up. Knockout is a terribly unhealthy perk. Now, the gameplay footage you're seeing in the background right now, I usually don't mention it because I don't think it's necessary a lot of the times, but this is from May something of 2022, so this is about 2 years old. However, I still use this build on Ghostface. I will be 100% clairvoyant, or not clairvoyant, I will be 100% clear with you guys. I used to be a very big knockout enjoyer. I loved this perk. I thought it was amazing, and it could really, 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 really punish survivors that were in solo queue, sometimes even in Swifts, depending on how you ask my in-game chats. However, knockout, for those who don't know, is a perk that basically, I'm going to paraphrase this, when you hit down somebody with a basic attack, their aura is blocked. No one can see them outside of 16 meters. They are also deafened very quickly. Their recovery speed and crawl speed are reduced for a little bit of time, about 30 seconds. And that is realistically all it does. The entire point of this perk is to slug. That is the entire point. And why is this perk unhealthy? Well, the aura blocking is the main reason. This perk allows a killer to run something like Infectious Fright, go and down somebody, realize no one was picked up on the scream, so you know no one's nearby to hear you or to see that person. You can leave them on the ground and you can just run off and go do what you want. Now, because the aura reading is basically blocked by all survivors as if they had blindness, they have no idea where this player is. They have no way of knowing where they are. And if they didn't even pay that much attention to the HUD, they have no way of knowing they're down. Don't pretend like you've never been sitting on a gen in solo queue. You see your teammate go down, and you just kind of zone out and forget what's going on. Don't act like it's never happened. So as a result, the person on the ground is just kind of left to their own devices without anyone, A, going to get them because they don't realize they're down, or B, not even being able to get them because they don't know where they are. There are some perks to alleviate this. There are some situations to alleviate this. The down person can crawl over to their teammates to try to show them the aura so they pick them up. However, that once again relies on your teammates noticing. And two, hope you didn't die or get downed in a zone that's really far away from everybody, because don't act like that doesn't happen either. I have accidentally bled people out with this perk many a time. Which brings us to the second problem with Knockout. Knockout encourages you to bleed people out. It really, really does. And while I don't think bleeding out is necessarily a bad thing, given certain situations, I do think doing it vehemently with a perk such as this and being encouraged to do it is definitely a bad thing. The one solution I have to Knockout is just make it so the blindness or the blinded aura duration, or it just has a duration. That is literally the only change I think they need to do to Knockout to make it healthier for the game. The thing with Knockout, though, is you may have noticed that people have started talking about this perk again. The reason for that is because slugging is starting to become much more popular. And I don't mean slugging, putting 4 people on the floor and bleeding them out. Yes, that happens. That's going to happen. Unfortunately, people suck. But more so, people aren't even going for hooks anymore. And I have made this notion very clear in the future that I think this game is going to evolve in a way where hooking people isn't going to be as prominent. Now, the few reasons I think this. One is I feel like sabotaging and Alex toolboxes are becoming more common. Background player flashlights and flashbangs. And the mere fact that hooking someone isn't really that rewarded unless you bring a build around doing it. Which, if you are not going to do it anyways, why not just bring a build that covers all your other bases rather than just that? Don't get me wrong, Pop Goes the Weasel is a great incentive to hook somebody, but if you have to contend with background player and some other anti-hook perks, why bother when you could just leave them on the ground and go after somebody else? The thing is, also, a lot of good killers in this game really excel at slugging. Nurse and Blight are probably 2 of the best sluggers in the game. Same with Oni, same with Plague. Most of the top killers, even Spirit, is very good at slugging if you know what you're doing. The biggest thing with slugging, and its only real downside, is that it has the chance to completely backfire and ruin or make the game so the killer loses all their pressure immediately. However, in solo queue, that is not likely to happen, and that's the bigger issue here. I'm not going to bring up Unbreakable again because I still think it should be base kit in some way, not the direct perk itself, but in some way, to help alleviate this a bit, but that's beside the point. Knockout needs to be changed. This perk has gone uncontested for so long because no one uses it, and now that slugging is becoming more prominent, people are going to start using it, and you guys are going to realize why this perk is so bad for the game in so many ways. Just make it a timer behavior, and it's really all you have to do. Now, as always, I do want to hear y'all's opinion. Any case, I love y'all. Have a good one, and yeah, bye.
Subscribe, damn it. I'll be back. I always come back, and so should you, you moron.